Hey there and welcome. So this is the real testing studio that we're building, and we have a temporary solution behind me. You might have noticed it's been a little bit warm in the UK recently. It's one of the warmest Junes on record, but nevertheless, what we're interested in is practical solutions, products that work or don't, and seeing how we can make life a little bit better, but in the real sense, does it work? So what we've done here, we've got a bit of a foil door. We built this in about an hour yesterday. Some Armacell recycled insulation walls. There's an air conditioner in there that was lent by a friend whilst we're waiting on the manufacturer sending out some proper stuff for the bus. And we thought, let's just see how we can do this. Remember, the more space you have, the more energy it will require to either heat or to cool. Same sort of principle. And we are building out this massive studio for a roadshow. You get to come on and see the product yourself, but it's also a greenhouse. Yes, that's right. In the summer, this is a nightmare. We're looking at multiple ways to see how we can improve things. And hopefully some of these products will make their way into homes, make their way into offices. Stuff that is practical. And then you get to see it and you come and try it and you think, well, why haven't we got that in our home or in our office? You can start demanding for it and saying, get this in because it's brilliant. And that's what we're doing. So we're looking at the windows. We're going to find a film that will actually reflect most of the heat, still let a lot of the light in. And in the winter, apparently there's a coating that you can get that also retains a lot more heat. Obviously, a little film on a piece of glass, I don't believe is going to retain much heat. There's other methods we'll be using, so insulated type blinds, reflective and absorbent. So you might have Venetian blinds, that's flick. So black obviously absorbs heat, silver reflects it. And then you've got the possibility of a type of double glazing. On the windows on the bus, there's about a 5 centimeter frame, which is a decent air gap. So for the moment though, in this mega hot weather, so we can still work until it passes, we've built a temporary smaller space in the office area. And I'm about to demonstrate. I'm going to grab that. I've just made a coffee, believe it or not. Yes, a hot coffee. But we have solar power active. It's at 99%. Sometimes the battery goes up to 100. But at the moment it's 99%. We have full solar power. And what was I going to say? Yes, I want to show you the temperature. So I'm going to take you across here. We have a thermometer. Just here, it's 33 degrees. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm hoping it's visible. And then I'm going to take you just back here, through here. But before I do that, I'm going to show you, just flip the screen around. So this is our solar controller with a Victron system. So nothing's coming in on the panels because basically it's full up, but we're going to turn on the actual air conditioner. I can show you it's using 700 watts. So if I can get the camera a bit closer. So I can get this focused, please. And you'll probably see the solar kick in a moment once the battery starts to noticeably drain. In theory, anyway. Because at the moment we're on the actual charge controller is on absorption, which basically means it just tops it up. We should see this go up any moment now. There you go. Solar power's just kicked in. Camera's having trouble focusing, but it's coming up. There you go. You can see it. So to keep the battery tip-top, but without overcharging it, the solar turns off. And at the moment, now it's just overtaken the actual power usage, which is on the right. On the left, the 7 740 now, 783 is the solar power. Okay, so I bring you in here. So this is the unit. Whoops, it's a bit of a tight fit. But there we go. We have 29 degrees. It's a bit cooler in here because the air conditioner was on about 5 or 10 minutes ago. It's blowing out cold air. The refrigeration unit is on. Just get you, just position you somewhere here. The screen turned around. So what can I show you? It's a little bit red because of the way the light's set up. I'll just try and get this. So we have got a camera that is probably overheating. It's a bit dark in here. Let me get some light. You see, what we do is we've closed the blinds. If these were silver, it would be better. We've added some light because the heat's no longer coming in on these windows. So if I put you on the desk, and then jittering there. Okay, so what have we got? Okay, so there we go. So ultimately, I'm in the smaller space. I've opened the blinds to let some light in. There's still some open behind, which may actually be causing problems. Because I've done video work for decades, and I just realized now the bright light source behind me was obviously the camera saw it's bright, so it tries to darken it, does its best to help. Doesn't always work, but so there's no insulation on that side, but on this side we've put some foil insulation first to reflect the heat from the sun, and then we have this wonderful armor cell. So this is the GR100, and this armor cell insulation is wonderful in the sense it's from recycled plastic bottles. So the bottles that we use for drinking water, nearly always these days, that has been turned into something else that will last for years, for even decades. Now, it's already beginning to cool down. I've just turned this back on again. The smaller space means the air conditioner can cope with the heat. And remember, this is a bus, which means whilst we're using it as a showroom to showcase all of these products that are coming together, we're going to have films on the windows, we're going to have blinds, additional insulation, and in a lot of cases, double glazing using a type of plastic to go over the frame. We're going to have a lot of different things, technologies, and complementary companies working together, and we're going to test all of it. So right now, there's heat hitting that, but it's not radiating heat like it normally does if that stuff wasn't there to reflect it. So the bus is hotter than it is outside. I think there was a social media video yesterday even, and the bus driver, it was recorded 35 degrees on the bus that was actually moving. We're stationary at the moment, getting some work done, literally about to fit a kitchen. So yeah, it's warm, and it hits the side of the bus, and it lasts all the way till about 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening these days. So this air conditioner, we tried it, but it wasn't powerful enough without insulation, without a bigger, powerful conditioner. We couldn't cool down the space. So this is where you start thinking, well, what if it is a smaller space? What if we put up the partition that is going to be there, but isn't yet, and we use the insulation? What if we put foil on the windows first to reflect the heat, and then the insulation to stop any further heat coming through and to keep the cold in? And it works. This is now beginning to get comfortable. If I stayed out there, it was, I think, 34, something like that. In here, it's 29, according to the air conditioner. And that's a 5 degrees Celsius drop. Plus, there's cold air coming out. So the more it's used, Now, if we could properly seal this off and the air conditioner could recirculate the air as well, it would also be colder. Or if we had a split air conditioner where you put something on the outside as well as on the inside, not only are they quieter, they're also very, very efficient. I think it's is it a coefficient of 6.1? I've seen one of them. And that just means for, let's say, 3,000 watts of air conditioning power, it only costs about 500 watts of electricity. Now, we've got a very powerful solar system installed. It's about 2,500 watts on the roof, which translates to about 1,700, I think, is the maximum. That's actually converted to real electricity. At the moment, we're pulling in about 1,400, hence the battery being full up in the morning. And this is just to show you what we can do. It's fun. It's an experiment. If you've got ideas we want to hear, if you want to share the video, we'd love that too. This is a new channel. We need as much help as possible. I think we have just got 2 subscribers. But the point of the channel, instead of trying to get on with someone that's got lots of subscribers, we want to get this organically grown to find real solutions, whether it's food, farm food, avoiding supermarkets because of a whole host of reasons, quality of produce, plastic wrapped everything, and they're expensive on top. We're looking at solutions to every single thing you have, or we all have in life. And like anyone else, I suffer from the heat just like I suffer from the cold. If it's very cold, it's unpleasant. If it's very hot, it's unpleasant. So as we build the team, as we build this experience out, join us on the mission. Suggest ideas. Maybe there's another thing we could put on the windows. We could take this off, put that on, and you might say, well, actually, that's 10 times better. Let us know. Or if there's other experiments you might like us to do, please write in, or brands or products that you think deserve attention. Because our idea is simple. Focus on those that deserve it. Because we live in a world where people misbehaving, people not doing good things, not making good quality products, get all the attention because they spend all that money on marketing. We want to change it. We want to only have companies that want to make better things, make our lives easier, better, and more fun, as well as creating stuff that lasts a long time, meaning you don't have to worry about it. Just to give you an example, we have a hi-fi that I bought 20 years ago, I think. I got it on eBay. It still works because longevity is probably one of the most sustainable things you can have. Right, on that note, I'm able to get on with work. I've made myself a coffee, which I've left in the hot part downstairs. I'll have to venture out and get that. This is nice and cool, and it's not costing a penny. Have you seen from the dial on the solar panel, when the solar panel's kicked in, basically it's generating more, so the more hotter it gets, the more sunny it is, the cooler we can make the bus. That is pretty amazing. And what we're looking to do with the air conditioners that come and fit permanently, which will go just above me, by the way, upstairs, there's a sort of permanent seat which can be removed. We're going to put them under there and vent the cold or the hot air downstairs as well as upstairs to use them as heat pumps as well as air conditioners. Very clever stuff. I think it's the way forward, but we don't know. That's the point of the experiment. It's real, it matters, and you can come on board at some of the stops and check it out for yourself. Thanks for watching and looking forward to hearing your comments. See you for now.